Hello, friends. Today we are live. BC's Spooky Diaries. With us today, we have a few friends to talk about all the scary stories that they have. Unfortunately, I do not have any scary story. First up, my good friend, Troy. Hello, Troy.
Yeah, man. What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
Time
what's
for a
up?
spooky night.
Yeah, Spooky Night. Tonight is Spooky Night. I don't know why you all requested Spooky Night when I got no spooky stories. However, I expect very spooky stories from you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay, I don't speak. I don't speak like that. I speak normal lah. Okay, up
Yeah,
next.
lah. That's why.
Up next, Starry Eye Surprise. I don't know why he called himself that.
What? Ho
Hey,
ho
why
ho
you
ho!
call yourself that lah? Tell me. Why you call yourself that?
No, because I got the. It was a song that many years ago that I used to hear, so I call it "Starry-Eyed Surprise," and it's Ghost Night.
Okay lah. Okay, you win
Ah,
And once again, the roses among the thorns, all the way from Aswana right now. Camille.
ooh. Is she having a sauna?
I feel like it's Aswana. I was telling her.
No, I'm
Are you
not. I'm
Aswana?
at a friend's place. I'm not at a sauna.
Oh, nice reno then.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know,
tonight the whole point is spooky night. So we will have two more friends joining us in a short while. So in the meantime, why don't we go with Adnan first? Adnan,
Ooh,
okay,
ooh.
give us
yeah.
a little background of your spooky story. So is it something in your NS or something you heard of or something that you encountered personally?
Yeah, there was one. The one that actually got two actually, but I will go with the first one. So the first one was during my national service day when because I was from the police coast guard, so we had to patrol. We had to do night shift, and there was one incident where I was literally steering the boat, and we had to go behind Pulau Tekong. So it was like about midnight, half past 12, and then it was like suddenly from nowhere, I was like this figure in white just passed my boat, and so I like froze, and I had to like jerk back the boat, and then my in charge was like, "Hey Karim, is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah," but I saw something in white just going past me, and then it went past me, and then it went past me, and then it went past me, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then it was just like the spirit, just like it was like static lah. I mean, it was not say static, but the thing was, it was like just stationary at one point. So it was like, and I just stared at it for like half an hour, and the boat was just not moving at all. And I was like, oh my god! And it just stared at me. And then the second one was also during my NS time, but this was in the morning because we were at that time in the we were in the Seletar area. So like my colleague was just like, we just finished our morning breakfast, and we were just about to hand over duty, and then he was like, all of a sudden my colleague said to me, "Hey Adnan, look," and I was like, "What's that?" And he was like, "Do you see that or not?" I said, "Yeah, it looks, oh my god." And the guy was just showing me, and he like had to take a picture of and he took a picture of it, and the spirit was just like staring at us in broad daylight. I was like, oh my goodness. And you were like, we just like froze, and I was like, in broad daylight, my god, it was just like,
You sure you sure it's not your eye got problem or not? Huh?
no, 100% no way. This was
Okay,
really the
anyway, speaking of Coast Guard, okay, Anand, you got a question. Is it true that Coast Guards shit in the sea, windsurfing stuff?
Oh.
yes. They do that. It is still done till this day.
Wait, I don't understand what is windsurfing stuff.
Windsurfing means like it. I mean, I can't state it in front of them, but it's basically like it's like when you hold on to when you're doing surfing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like your bottom is just like
Out of the boat.
Yeah, it's out of the boat, so they don't. So basically, you don't have that. It's not it doesn't come into contact with your business lah.
So basically, your butt is out of the boat lah.
Yes, exactly. It is done. It is still practiced till today.
Hey bro,
Trust me, because
your story not funny lah. Your story not scary. Bro,
no, it is. God,
No,
right?
but
It is scary.
but shitting at the sea, wind sailing style was very scary.
Not so. And I mean, you have to have a. I mean, they will give you the best lah to prevent you from
I
falling
think
over.
this kind of scary stories, maybe if you are involved personally, then you'll feel like, like
No, but there's
okay.
another one also lah. In the behind Changi Air Freight Center, right? The you know where you're going, where the buses 19 and 89 they terminate their service down there.
Mm-hmm.
So that area, I mean, because of the blocks behind, right? It is especially at night. Nobody. I mean, it's pretty scary at night because there was one time I was like driving there. That's quite some time back, lah. I drove there with my sister. So the story was because my brother used to work at for this company called 3M last time, 3M Logistics. So we had to go and pick him up. So I made the wrong turn. So I ended up near towards like the Changi Naval Base area. So I had to make like one U-turn. So along the way, it's like I saw this figure in white, and it was like staring at me, and I was like, I sped up, and then the more I sped up from the vehicle, the more that spirit kept on like trying to be like on par with me. So I was like, I was like trembling my hands, and then the worst part was like when I made the U-turn to go and to head towards the Changi Air Freight Center, right? It was like it just plonked at my face down there, and I was like, oh god. And I froze, my sister and I were just screaming our lungs out in the car. And I was like, oh, why does this happen?
Why your ghost story you so happy, Anna?
I'm so happy. It is scary actually, but it's it's like something where you have experienced it. What?
Yeah, okay. Anyway, now let's move on. I think this guy, a lot of scary story, I know.
Confirm.
Got a lot of scary story. I mean, Adnan's personal story are very like you must be in there to feel it. So, Troy, come on. I know you got a lot of scary story. You told me a few before.
Yeah, got at Tekong, at Bedok Camp. But okay, I'll start with the Bedok Camp one. Okay.
Hey, don't Tekong is mine. Tekong is mine.
I thought you got no story.
It's always the inside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
inside.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, so this happened at Bedok Camp. All right, the old Bedok Camp. Okay, so it was during a lull period, and there's this cubicle which is like the commander's cubicle, commander's toilet. Yeah. So in that toilet, there's only two cubicle, a shower and a a sitting toilet. Okay. So the main door is facing the seated toilet cubicle, and on top of the main door there's a window panel. So if you are showering, right, when you look up to the main door window panel, you can see whoever comes out from the seated toilet. So you got the picture, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one night there was during a lull period. That means like what, there was like only 10 people in camp lah. So I went to shower, and inside the seated toilet there seemed to be somebody inside, and seemed like somebody was whispering. They were whispering something. So I mean, it's uncommon for us to be talking in the toilet and so on, but there were only 10 people in camp, so it's okay. But the fellow was whispering, and I tried to listen, ears drop, but the language, I couldn't make out the language. Okay, so I couldn't make out the language of what was spoken. So I was like, okay, forget it. I don't know who is it, because I went back to my bunk, and all 9 of us, I mean 10 of us, including me, were there. So I don't know who was it, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. So I went to shower beside. So while I was showering, I could hear the cubicle beside ended the conversation and flushed. So I assumed, okay, this guy is going to come out. I'm going to see who the hell is using this toilet, right? So I look up at the window panel at the front main door. So I can see whoever comes out. And lo and behold, what I saw, okay, I saw the cubicle door open half, and I saw the main door open half. That's it.
What?
That's it. Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? So I came out with soap on my body, and I came out and I rushed out, and I was like, who the hell? I looked at the corridor, there was no one. So I went back to the bunk, and I was like, dude, who the hell uses our toilet? Who else is in this camp? There's only like 10 of us.
Maybe
Then I'm like,
Adnan.
I mean, Adnan white friend. So there was nobody. All right, there was nobody. I dried myself. Like, I didn't end my shower but at the end of the day. Yeah.
Oh, then
So
just went back
that's
to sleep.
yeah. There's just one, right?
Wait. Anyway, guys, let me
Faz is
introduce.
here.
Let me introduce to everyone for the first time on BC's Dear Diary. Faz. Yo, Faz.
Alright.
How are you?
Hello, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's going to rap us the ghost story. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, you got a fan here, Faz. Rose. Hi, Faz Lee. Okay, Faz, I heard that you are a big horror story fan, and when you learn that we're gonna share horror stories, spooky stories, and you're like, hey, I'm the man. I'm like, of course you're the man. Okay, Faz, come. Are you ready?
He's muted.
Yeah. Hey, Faz, your mic is muted. You must unmute your mic.
Sorry. Hello.
He's like,
Alright.
Oh, as I was saying, my mom is still watching paranormal shows right now outside.
oh.
Yeah, every single night, bro. Well, okay. True story. This is about my story lah. What I've encountered. It was years back. I'm still working at the airport, and I just came back from a shift work. It should be about, I think, past midnight. So in reality, people say what you have to wash your leg before you go to sleep when you reach home. So I didn't wash my leg. I was then tired already, so I went straight to bed and I fell asleep. My uniform on. So at that point, I think it should be about 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning. So I had this dream that I was hearing a prayer, a Muslim prayer. Suddenly, I woke up. But when I woke up, the prayer was still on my ear. It's still in my ear. I can still hear the prayers on my ear when I open my eyes. So right after that, I felt because I was lying to the side. A single bed. I was lying to this side, so there's a gap on my back on the bed. So I felt something pressured behind me. I wasn't facing the back of the back. I was facing towards my wall. So some pressure behind me, and I could feel something was trying to hold on to me. That means I felt a finger on my head. That was trying to I do not know whether to hug me or to just grapple me. I felt that. So there was my phone was just right beside in front of me. My phone. I remembered my sister was going to work at about 3 a.m. to about 3 plus a.m. She was going to work. She works at the airport as well. So I told her saying that, can you come in my room? And she replied, she's saying that she already left for work. So you try to text my mom. Okay, fine. So while I was feeling that, I texted my mom, asking my mom to come to my room quickly. It was dark. It was pitch black. Like I can't see, I can't feel anything. So I texted my mom to come in the door. So while that happened, so I did a prayer on my own as well. I for myself, say a little prayer and all that. Suddenly I felt the pressure was gone. Slowly. It was gone slowly. So that's when suddenly it was totally gone. My mom opened the door and on the lights. There was nothing behind me. Then I quickly went out of the bed and looked behind and said, "There's nothing." Then I told my mom about that story as well, what had happened. So I do not know what's the sign or whatever, but in summary, I think once you come back from work, and it's after midnight or at night, you need to wash your leg before you sleep. So yeah, that happened lah. To me.
Washing the leg, ayo.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, I saw this very interesting comment from Benedict. Thank you once again, Benedict. Old Changi Hospital is also haunted, which comes to my
Yes.
next. This person got a story about Old Changi Hospital. You know all the young punks got nothing better to do backside itchy go Changi Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, BC Dear's Diary present to you Young Punk.
Okay.
It wasn't as exciting as you make it out to be, okay? Because you're really happy in your tone right now. It was nothing like that, right? So anyone that knows me, and even Boom, I've said this story, this experience many times before because I really hope that no one else actually tries it, okay? So don't be a dick. So back then, I think in the like late 90s, the early 2000s, everyone was really excited about Old Changi Hospital, yeah. And we all thought that's like the place to hang out. The cool kids, you go in on the weekends, you go check out the mortuary, you go hang out, you use flashlight, meet everyone else, yeah. So I think it was probably a couple of years after that place was really pop. So things started to die down because you started getting like all the police coming in and you're looking after the place and not everyone can go in anymore. And I remember I was 18 and we're like, okay, so we before all of us go off to university, let's do like one big hurrah. Let's go back and visit Old Changi Hospital. Don't know why I did that, but yeah. So anyone that knows me will know, and if Ernest or Randall is watching this, they will tell you as well. One come. Yeah, no. So this particular incident was the very one experience that has turned me into an absolute scaredy cat. I was not afraid of anything until this one night. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward. So, okay, Friday night about 2:30 a.m. we decided to take a car to go behind Old Changi Hospital to stop where the haunted chalets are. You know, the one where the girls committed suicide at. And we got there, there were 7 of us. Now, Chinese believe that you shouldn't go in odd numbers because it's bad luck. But then again, none of us bothered, right? So it's about, 2:45. We got there, we came out of the car. So 22221. We started climbing up the flight of stairs. So it's from the back of our Changi Hospital. It's not the main entrance where everyone goes in by. It's where you've got like this deep, dark forest, and you've got like these flight of stairs that go up to the third floor, which is the landing of the hospital. I love how everyone's so serious and quiet right now. It's making me get goosebumps. But anyway, so we start climbing. Okay, we went up. And it's really odd because I remember distinctively, and I can remember that till this day. While we were climbing halfway, we heard this really high pitched scream. It's like a shrill, it's like this sound that pierces through your soul. It's like something that's running from one end to the other at a really fast pace, and you can't imagine what, but it's so high pitched. Now, when that happened, and again, up till today, I can't explain what happened. So I really hope. I mean, there's obviously people who go like, yeah, there's scientific explanation to this and all that. I still can't find the reason why. So there was this huge high pitched scream. One of our friends blacked out. He got up, and we're like, let's proceed, right? Didn't learn our lesson. Decided to go climbing up. So we went all the way up, and when you get to the top, you come in from the back of the walkway where at the end of the corridor you see the mortuary, right? The torture chamber that goes down the mortuary, right? During the World War. And normally, previous times when we came in, because you've got the windows on the left and then you've got the walls on the right. So normally the moonlight comes in, you can see the entire corridor. But on that particular night, you literally couldn't see anything in front of you. So what we did was, being the assholes we were, we took out our Nokia phones, and Nokia phones have got a torchlight. Right, so everyone's like just shining the torchlight. We're going. We kept going. The thing is, about 15 minutes that we start walking in the corridor towards the torture chamber, we start hearing boots sounds, like stomping boots, like literally stomping all around you. And yet when it reached you, there was nothing around. There's no one around. There's literally no one around. And at that point in time, we had reached halfway of the corridor. And on our left, there was an abandoned elevator. And you've got like stairs, you know, the fireman stairs all the way to the rooftop. So we all had turned around to start running back to the car. But the last guy, who was the eldest of the group, and he was our friend's cousin, he's like 10 years older than us, and he was huge, right? And he stopped all of us, literally stopped all of us, saying, don't go back, go up the stairs, go up the ladder. And so we started to climb up one by one to the rooftop. Now, the thing is, the second last guy, and again, I can't explain it up to now. He was pulled down, right? He was yanked. He says he was yanked down. And all of us scrambled back down to grab him up, got to the roof. Now, the thing is, up to today, we can't explain, but he had scratches all over his back. There was nothing in that area that could have caused the scratches that looked like nail marks. I don't know how we're ever going to resolve that, but yeah, so that was that. So we got up to the rooftop, and 7 of us sitting around in the moonlight on the top of the roof, and I swear, I cross my heart and I swear, you can feel a lot of energy that's looking at you. You can feel a lot of weird noises and activity going around, but you don't understand what is. And in that point of shock, everyone was just sitting there in silence. Now, funny thing is, everyone had a phone, right? Back then, it's like Nokia phones. Everyone had a phone because they're cool. At an exact moment, I can't really remember the exact timing, but everyone's mobile phones started ringing at the same time. And we can't explain why. But obviously, no one answered the calls. Because I don't want to know who's on the other side of the line. And we sat there for about an hour, so it got to about 5 a.m. AC. I swear, this is really true. So we got to about 5 a.m. and we're like, okay, we've got to get ourselves back down. And so we made a pact, we're like, okay, we're going to run all the way down, no turning back, just all the way straight down to the car, which we did. So climbed down the ladder, back down the stairs, go to the car. We drove back down to Changi village and we sat down for some teh tarik. And the first question that popped us was, we asked our friend's cousin, the eldest one, why did you ever stop us from going back to the car? We could have avoided all of this. Why did you stop us? And again, I don't know if it's real or not. I can't verify, but he was telling us that he saw a lot of white beings behind, like a little white figure. So that's why he was saying, go up, don't go back, go up. Because there was a lot of noise behind. And then my friends had to go onto the Paranormal Investigator Singapore SPI site. And they did mention that, 3 a.m. every Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, you will hear this really high-pitched scream that goes from one end to the other, and it's verified. And apparently that's what we heard. But ever since that night, though, after that night, because of that one particular scream that I heard, I could not sleep for 4 months straight, I swear. I could not. I was living in fear, and up till now, any little sound makes me jump. And I don't know how to get over it, but that's something that I went through and I really regret it. But yeah, that was my experience at Old Changi Hospital.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I actually, you know I know the part where you saying there's I was expecting like they see he saw something. He's like, oh yeah, my hairs are standing up now. Okay. Okay. I personally, right, my turn, right? Personally, Chen, you make sure your one scary enough, Okay. Personally, if you know me well enough, I'm quite a scaredy cat. So I don't really, I don't I try not to get involved in ghost stories, but I'll tell you one that what my friend told me in the army camp. Okay. So we're in the army camp, I forgot which camp. So it was weekend duties. This happened in the early 2000s. They were doing weekend duties. So four of them, they love playing mahjong. They love playing mahjong. So they were in a medical center. They were in a medical center in the camp in the east. So they started playing mahjong. So this guy, four of them, one of them were like, give me 大牌, give me 大牌, give me 大牌. So whatever he wants, he will get. So the four of them, whatever they want, they will get. So this guy wanted one bamboo, he get one bamboo. The other one wanted the hong zhong, they get hong zhong. So basically, whatever tiles they wanted, they get it. So after playing for a while, so maybe like a good 1 hour later, everyone's winning, you know. But because everyone, so nobody won, right? So then suddenly this guy they suddenly say let's stop playing. They didn't feel good already. Like quite the timing quite quite stable, quite spooky like whatever I want I also get, right? So they decided to not play anymore. So they started to they want to close shop then they went back to do their duty. So as they are keeping the tiles, right, they suddenly hear the door close. Like the kind of slow close. So close already, they thought maybe win, you know. Army camp, the door cannot make it. So they tried to open the door, they can't open it. So they were basically stuck in that small little room. It's a storeroom, by the way. It's a storeroom. So what they did is they called for help. Because the camp got more people, right? So in the unit, they asked other people to come open the door. Then they can't open the door, and they were saying that the door is locked from inside. So the guys like, hey, the door is locked from inside. So they were like, no, it's not locked from inside. They tried to open, they can't open it. So one thing led to another. They got the RP, all those people to kind of open the door. So they broke the door, they managed to out the door. So they just went out of the door. So next morning, they went back to the storeroom to clear the mahjong tiles. Remember, they were packing the mahjong tiles, so packed back into the box already When they came back, they saw that the mahjong tiles were out on the table, like got someone played with it. So they were like, think someone played a stupid joke on it Someone played a stupid joke. So they actually went around asking people They're like people Then they started telling people their tale So one of these Lao Tiao going to ORD already. He was telling, you play mahjong in that particular room. They said, yeah. And they were like, 2 years ago, someone committed suicide inside. And that person loved playing mahjong.
Whoa.
Yeah, Shirley, it's scary enough. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm over here telling the story, and my hands, my hair are standing. And when I heard this story, I was in the Tekong jungle. Injet told me that. So it's basically quite spooky in a way because you know you play mahjong, then whatever you want you also get. Yes, Rose, that was what they're saying. The ghost wanted to play mahjong as well. The ghost wanted to play mahjong as well. So okay, up next, back to him. This guy got a lot of scary stories.
Me? Oh, okay. Okay, a short one and then a long one.
We go short
Okay.
first. We go short first.
Okay, short is I was me and my group of friends. We were at a chalet, so we were watching the movie Conjuring.
You know of all
You know the movie Conjuring, right? So so we will watched it past midnight. So I think no, it was at around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. So if you have watched the movie Conjuring before, every time at 3:15, right, the ghost will come out, correct? So we watched it at 2 a.m., right? So we the movie finished around 4 to 4:30. Okay, before we're gonna start with another horror movie. So when the movie finished, we look at the clock to see what time was it. The clock was 3:15. And the clock, it's a chalet, it's not our clock or whatever. The clock on the wall was 3:15, and the clock stopped. The clock stopped at 3:15. We thought it was a coincidence lah. Then everybody don't watch the second movie. Everybody's like, okay, let's just, feel weird. Let's go to bed. So there were a lot of rooms at the chalet, right? So one of my friend, they shared a room, and in the morning, right? After 1 hour plus, we heard him shout. So we went down. We went to the room. It's like, hey, what happened? He was kicked while he was asleep. So then everybody all never sleep lah. All wait until dawn lah. Yeah, that was the short
What
story.
do you make from it? What do you make of it?
I feel it's similar to your story about the ghost who likes to play mahjong. So I guess the ghost is watching the movie with us and try to stop the clock at 3:15.
Watching a movie with us, there's someone that wants to share his story with us. Once again, he's the OG, the one, the only Shah.
Oi!
Sorry guys, sorry.
All right, Shah, you are late.
What's up with BC's background? I mean, dark and shit. Okay. So what did I miss?
You missed scary stories. So now your turn.
Okay.
Your turn.
Hey, Faz. What's up? He looks like Jesus Perez. Huh? Okay, anyway. I mean, my story is not so starry-eyed surprise lah, but okay. Anyway, so I used to live in this place called Tampines Court. Okay, sorry. Okay. So Tampines.
Oh, east side. Jeez, like the east, the entire east is haunted, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's New York, it's east side. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so what happened was, my house is actually right at between the expressway between Simei and Tampines. So the bridge to cross over to Tampines, there's two bridges. One is going to Tampines Court, where I used to stay. It's along Tampines Street 11. And the other one is actually Tampines Street 22. So,
Street 11 one was
super dark. So, Troy, you've been there before, you know. Lah. So, so what happened is every night, if you walk home, right, from there, is super scary. So, crossing the bridge is one thing. And then once you land on the other side of on the Tampines side, to get to your house, I mean, there's one block smack in the front. It's block 127. But mine, we have to go to the left. So there's this area called Tampines Court. So it's a HUDC area. It's all gated lah, converted to like a condo kind of status. But actually, it's just HUDC flats lah. So there's this one dark alley that you have to go through. So at that I clearly remember it was 11th of March. It was the eve of my birthday. So what happened was, a lot of people was calling me on my phone. So I say, thank you. Then there was one of my, used to be my best friends, one of these girls. Her name is Clara. So she called me. Then we were just joking because poly mates, right? It's like, and then there's this while walking down the lane, there's this big, huge ass tree. It's super huge. So any movement along the tree, you will know one. So if you walk like this, right, the big tree is on your right. So if there's movement, you can. It's easy to spot, although it's in the dark. So I was speaking very loudly, like I was laughing. But typically, when people walk down there at night, they won't speak so loudly. But because it was the eve of my birthday, so I talked so loud. And then there was a movement, So when as a very young adult, you watch so many ghost stories, and then when you see these kind of scenes, I mean, I got to be honest, I'm the typical setup, So basically, when I saw the movement, I just put the handphone in my pocket. I just ran to the small gate that is going towards Tampines Court. So I ran through another big open air car park, ran through, and then after that I went under my block, pressed the lift, going up to my house. That time I was staying in a meshnet. So run to my house, opened the door, went in, and then typical for us Muslims, we are taught to go back and wash off your legs . So I washed my legs and stuff like that. Then when I went up to my room, I have this breathing problem, so I cannot breathe properly. Something like pulling me down at the chest. So so I asked my mom. I said, "Ma, I don't feel good." I spoke so loudly, and then there was this movement. I explained the whole scenario, what happens. Then my mom said, "Are you okay? Maybe you go for a shower, So I went for a shower. I mean, it was a good quick shower. During the process of showering, this thing, I don't know what is it called. I don't know what was it, but it was just pulling me down from my chest down. So I felt like there's a sense of anxiety, worriness, those kind of something is not right. Like it's pulling you down, . So with all the typical setup, you report to your mom, then your mom call your grandmom, and then my grandmom give us some advice. So my mother just took some onions from the kitchen and then read some prayers, and then just put on my legs and then squeeze over my legs. I mean, I didn't shout or whatever, there was nothing. I still felt the pull at my chest, but after a while I felt better, because why also it was a period of worrisome, because during those from my secondary school to my poly, I had pneumothorax. So just for your info, pneumothorax is puncturing of the lungs, Your lungs get punctured. So my mom asked me, "Is it punctured lungs?" I said, "No, this is different. It's a punctured lungs. When you breathe, there's a floating, there's a wheezing and floating feeling here. But this one is different. It's something pulling you down, and then cannot explain, but it's just pulling you down." So long story short, my mom just told me to take my ablution and then start praying, and then go and have an early rest. So at that point of time, I was still sleeping with my eldest brother. So my eldest brother is 1 year older than me, so we slept side by side. His bed is nearer to the window, and my bed was closer to the cupboard. So I tried to sleep. Thankfully, I managed to sleep. But somewhere along around 2 to 2:30 in the morning, there was this loud bang at my door. It's like literally loud. It's like boom, 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 that kind of loud bang. And literally, when that kind of loud bang happens, the whole entire household will wake up, right? But no, my eldest brother was snoring away. I woke him up. It seems I'm not sure whether I was in another dimension, but it seems when I woke him up, he didn't wake up. Then I shouted. I shouted "Ma!" like "Mom, Dad!" like literally shouting. And then the knock still came like dong, 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 dong. My bloody room door was knocking hard, and my brother was still snoring as shit. So the following morning, so I just pulled my blanket, and then I just sat down there, and I got scared like shit, So I literally slept sitting down with my knees up all the way up till 7 a.m. in the morning. And then 7 a.m. in the morning is my birthday, so my mother entered. I say, "How are you feeling?" Then I explained to my mother, "This is what happened. Didn't you guys hear the loud bang or what?" I said, "No." Then I asked my brother. My younger brothers was almost like I think about 8-9 years old, so they were heading to school. Then I said, Did you guys hear any loud noise in the morning just now?" No. So that was my scary experience, So that pulling thing in my chest was gone. But about lah, I think about 2 to 3 weeks later or something like that, my dad, who was already retired by then, said that when we were all out to work, there was this I don't know, what was the blackbird called?
Raven?
Blackbird.
Crow.
Yeah. Crow. So there's this crow that came into to my window, my room window, and its eyes was bloody red. So my father, who was actually going up to the toilet, saw the crow and started throwing things at the window. I said, "You get out," and then start throwing things lah. And then that was like about, I think, a week or two after that incident. I'm not sure whether it's related, but that was my personal experience. I say actually on live, this is actually my first time telling a random crowd about my personal experience. I mean, those who was with me during poly, my best friends or my best mates, I mean, my wife also. I mean, they know this story lah, but to the public, probably you guys heard it first lah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we got some questions because I think this is a tradition thing. So why the washing of legs and onions?
Washing of legs is typical. I think it started traditionally back in the kampong. I'm not sure. Maybe Troy and Faz may have better knowledge than me, but I think typically is sometimes when you go out late at night, you don't know who you step, and then you step in territories where it doesn't belong to you. You know, entities who are arresting you, kind of like step on it. You know, like sometimes your Chinese phrase, sometimes we accidentally kick it, and not by accident. I mean, not by chance, that kind of thing. So to rinse off I mean, back in the kampong or in the village, there's this thing like a large bowl or like a pail of water outside your house where you typically will just rinse it with over your legs to so-called cleanse lah, as in like enter the house spiritually free, that kind of thing, like, you know, like wash off, yeah. And then the onions bit, I'm not too sure lah. I think it's just like also maybe Fast and Troy may know better, but I think if you're faced with these entities like the version of Pontiana or Dracula, that kind of thing, they say they are afraid of onions. Probably I'm not sure lah. So, but this is the tradition belief lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for sharing this little experience that you have not shared. Okay, actually, I do. Okay, I said that I didn't have any scary stories to be told because you all know I stay alone, right? So I'm trying to not recollect it so I can sleep in peace tonight. But I don't think I can sleep in peace tonight. So since we are sharing, let me share a little bit. As you all know, I used to stay in Chai Chi. So we backside quite itchy, and sometimes we were young lah. 3 friends, me and 2 more guys. So we decided to go to Bedok Reservoir.
Oh God!
At night. So
nobody died then. Eh?
I don't know lah. I don't know.
This was probably before those deaths reported.
Before the walking in to the reservoir thing, but okay. So where you know now where the car park is, where the Milo van is.
Yeah.
So we walk from there. So there's still a civilization of sorts lah. So we walk along the man-made bridge. So suddenly we smell something lah. We smell something. So very nice smell. So I agak know like this smell is not normal lah, like perfume like that. So my friend backside itchy say, hey, got chobu here, got perfume smell. I'll be like, oh gosh. Then we're like, okay. We were like, let's just continue moving. So we cut across Bedok Reservoir. We are out of the reservoir already. So we went across the blocks. So now we need to cut across Bedok Town Park to get back to Chai Chi. Okay. So when we were going Bedok Town Park, is by the way, I think that time was maybe 1 a.m., 12 plus 1 a.m. So we were walking across cutting across Bedok Town Park. So that place, if you have been there before, is quite eerie lah. Then we walked past last time the playground, the ceramic one, and then the real sand. So we're walking past, then suddenly the same smell again, the same smell. So this stupid friend, he didn't get the hint. He said, "Hey, I think this area a lot of chobu, so much perfume, perfume no need money, is it?" We're like, shit, don't say that, man. We're like, hey, just move. So my another friend turned his back. Never ever turn your back, He turned his back. Because he felt like got flower drop on him.
Oh.
He felt like got flower drop on him. So he turned around. He turned his round. Okay, me being a scaredy cat, started chanting, started moving.
Standard.
Then my friend turned around. So got this gundu that keeps saying things, nothing happened to him. So the other friend got like flower petals drop on him. He felt, so he turned around. He faster turned around. He said, "Hey, first one to the 7-Eleven, last one to 7-Eleven, buy drinks." So I got the hint lah. We started sprinting. So the other friend also followed suit lah. Also started sprinting. So after we reached the 7-Eleven, which was a good 200-300 meters away. So we reached HDB blocks first lah. So then while we were sitting there, right? Yeah, my hand tired lah. So we were sitting down there. My friend suddenly, my back a little bit pain. I think I hit something while running. Because by the way, while running he fell down while running. Like my back like pain. Is it? Did I cut myself or something? So he took out his t-shirt.
Then
got scratches.
No shit.
Not those bloody scratches. It's like, like someone tried to grab you.
Yeah. Like,
but you run away.
Like a red card tackle, like scratch.
So then many years later, in that same place, a very good friend of mine, he was dating his now wife. So he's not one of those three lah, not one of us three. So he was walking past the same place. He told me. He told me he walked past the same place. So they dating so suddenly he smelled the the scent Okay, what is it? Periwinkle or something
Frangipani
Frangipani. So he smelled it. His wife is not local. His girlfriend at the point of time not local lah. So
Thai.
No lah, China.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
you think all my friends Thai wife
Oh, sorry.
So he was like, "Oh my god, what is that?" So he
mine's Japanese.
He knows, he knows. But
nice
then
one, Troy.
The wife suddenly say, "Wow, 很香eh."
很香. Still can acknowledge. Wow.
Because she don't know such thing. Then suddenly at the point of time, the bridge is made is held together by boats and nuts. So he can suddenly hear the sound, then he's like, "Oh shit, man." He's like, they just ran to the side of the road, took a cab home. Yeah, so if you are out, you smell all these things.
Yeah. That one also, yeah.
Don't acknowledge it, number one. Yeah. Number two, the Chinese, I think Asians, we got this belief that we have fire on our shoulder. So we do not just turn around. We do not turn around. When we turn around, the fire is gone, so those things can attack us. So when people call you in the night, right, don't turn around.
But actually, you can turn around if you are Eric Dyer because you need to go to the toilet.
Yes.
Okay,
Hey.
anyway, guys.
Hey, you guys remember about the guy who lost the rifle at Mandai?
Yeah, the
Yes,
SAR 21
yes.
that one.
This fat guy,
Yeah.
The guy
Yeah,
who
he
went
came
to Cine Leisure, that one, right?
Yes.
No, he lost the rifle,
Yeah.
and then he is also was lost in the jungle as well, but then he was found lah. But he lost the rifle at Mandai. So I was the one who found him.
Oh, really?
I was there. I was there. I was there. I was the one who went in to find him lah.
Okay.
Okay,
And then?
that story, I tell you, is damn weird. Okay, first we were doing navigation exercise, right? So when everybody came back, his team did not come back. Okay, so we went to. So I was, since I'm very good at navigation lah. So I formed a small group and then we went in to find them. It was in the middle of the night. Okay, we found his team but not him. And the team was like, they were exhausted, they were like very thirsty and all that. Also, we found them and then
So field
we
exercise.
got them. Yes, field exercise.
Oh,
So we got them back. And then I went out again to look for this guy. Okay, so when we found him right about 5 a.m., I tell you, his face was white. Okay, his face was white. He was damn scared. I mean, like, you're alone in the jungle, right? So yeah. So when we found him, right, he says, where's your equipment? Where's your rifle? And he's like, they took already. I'm like, who take? He's like, don't know. He's gone. I mean, like, he's so blur lah. And I'm like, oh my god, he lost his rifle. So when we got him back, since you lost the rifle, right, it's quite a big deal, right? So this time a bigger number went out to comb the whole area to find the rifle. It took 3 days, 3 days and 3 nights, never find the rifle, okay? So one of these old bird, this encik, he went to get a medium. Because it's a bit weird, because we combed the whole jungle. It's like, cannot find the rifle. We find tissue that team dropped, tissue, notebook, and their pen. But we cannot find a big ass rifle, right? That's weird, right? So this encik, like, he very likes to go see medium. And he go ask the medium. So the medium said that this guy who lost the rifle was very disrespectful in the jungle. So you will only find the rifle if you bring him in and then he apologized. So we brought him in lah, we brought him in and then he shout lah, I'm sorry, blah, 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 whatever. So on a few hours later, we found the rifle at a spot that I went past 10 times,
It's not there lah. Was never there.
Yes, was never there. So 1 week later, when he went through some investigations and all that, right, he said that according to him, is he left the rifle and then he went to go and pee and then he don't know how to go find his way back lah, that kind of shit. But I sat with him, I was like, hey, tell me lah, what really happened? So what he said was, he was sitting down with the group. This one is not just him, the whole group told me. They were sitting down, resting, and then suddenly they saw a hand came out from the bushes.
Oh, okay? Fuck!
It's just a hand. Nothing attached to the hand. It's like, Adam's family, the hand. A hand came out and took the rifle. So nobody dared to grab it lah. What the hell, right? Took the rifle and just disappeared into the bushes. And they all panic, all run. And then after that, they were lost. They don't know where they were lah, because they just when you just your location in the jungle, and then when something like this shit happen, you just run any direction you go to, and then you totally lost. You can't find your way back.
So Troy, so some of them saw lah.
No, the whole group saw it.
Saw the thing that
Yes.
You mean his platoon, is it, or what? His
No. The each navigation group there was like 5 people in one group.
So that 5 saw lah.
That 5 saw. So you just
Cray.
it's weird, yeah. So you don't go into the jungle and disrespect anything lah,
And also people say don't pee on the trees anyhow.
Yeah. I mean, these are all just sayings lah. You know, some people they say about the washing the leg part. It, it started out in the kampong, right? But it's mentioned that it's said to the kids so that the kids would to scare them to go and wash their feet because they always play and then they don't wash their feet, right?
Yeah.
It does not have any implication lah. I mean, it's just a saying lah. But I think maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So it depends on the point of view lah, actually. But for me, I believe lah, you should go home and wash your feet because like what Shah said, you never know what you kick or step onto, that kind of thing.
Or followed you home or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't get me started about follow home or.
Okay, we get to follow home. But before we get to follow home, come on, fast. We need another one from you.
Another one, okay. Since you're speaking about Bedok Reservoir, right? So I used to live in Bedok Reservoir. Yeah, I used to live in Bedok Reservoir.
Last time he write lyrics all there.
He bring girls there, right?
No, there's one block that used to be vacant. That means
the murder block.
600 series, right?
It's right beside the
expressway.
The vacant block. Yes, I remember.
700 plus, right?
600, I think.
600 plus.
Okay.
6 something, yeah. Now it's already been occupied lah.
Gone down.
So
it's refurbished.
Okay. So it was, I think it was years back also lah. Me and my friends were just walking around there at the park, just trying to chillax, just to relax there. So I think we have about 4 to 5 of us. So we was walking at the park. And while I was walking at the park, there is a playground just in front of the block, a small playground, old playground in front of the block. So I was walking at the park. Then when I was looking down, I saw this, there's a music box where when you opened up this ballet lady, right? It was open. Then the thing was moving, but there was no music. But it was moving behind. So me and my friends were just walking and I saw that, but I didn't tell my friends. So we passed by. Then when we were walking straight, then we hang at around futsal court. So it was just about 5 minutes. So we do not know where we want to head to. So then we told that we want to head back. So we head back the same way, the same park. We walk back. So while we were walking back, when I passed by the playground again, the music box wasn't there, but there was a packet of rice opened up at the same spot. A packet of rice being opened up, and there were rice and then some other kind. I can't remember what is it lah. Open. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. Why was there a music box there previously? So I was shocked also. So then my friend saw something right behind a big tree. It was just hiding then looking like a peeping kind of look. So when he saw a face, then the face quickly goes back to behind the tree trunk.
Then you all run.
No, we didn't run. We were still walking. Then he just say, hey, I saw something there. While he was saying that, something just went passed by me. A black shadow just went past by me. I was shocked. I was looking behind. Hey, what is that? Then after that, there's nothing there. There was a shock to me. There was just a black shadow. It's like a shadow. It's not even a human being walking. It's just a grass patch there. So
I think it was Ghostface Killer from Wu-Tang Clan, bro. I think that one.
I think so.
Okay, sorry. Joke side.
So while we were just walking there, we crossed all the blocks and all that. So then my friend who's a girl and she mentioned that she was on her period.
Yo.
Then it was like, why didn't you say earlier you were on your period? So we wouldn't walk at the dark park there behind and just chill there. And she say she do not know. I say, okay, fine. So yeah, that's the story.
Cray.
Cray. Anyway, guys, our friends Camille, and Troy have to bid farewell to us first because they have to go. But we will still have more ghost stories. So, Cam, thank you so much for sharing your story. I will not go to Changi Hospital. I never plan to, and I will not go. And Troy, we will meet up again to we all these stories.
Troy, walk to your T2 office alone, Troy. See how it goes. You know the long stretch.
You don't say lah. The little boy still there lah.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Cam and Troy.
Okay.
I'll catch you again. See you. Okay, Shah. Your turn.
Okay. So just now Troy was talking about, I don't know whether it was during his army time or what lah, but during my tekong days, because I stay in Tampines, so I got posted back to Pulau Tekong lah. For my entire 2.5 years was in BMTC School 1. Now I heard BMTC School 1 moves further in to the original CISPAC. CISPAC moved out, I think.
Yeah, CISPAC went to Pasir
Laba back, right? Yeah. So School 1 is not inside. And then after that, but previously it was together with School 2. So it was quite near the ferry terminal lah. But for myself, I wasn't attached to the company lines. I was attached to the HQ. So HQ, if you guys have been to Tekong, so School 1, School 2, HQ, and then HQ BMTC, and then level 5 are all our bunks. So School 1 on this side, School 2 on the left side. So at times we can book out lah, because for us we are perm staff, but we work in HQ. So sometimes we book out, but sometimes we don't. So when we don't, typical lah, we will just hang out, play football, sometimes basketball, and then the board games and the small little things you do lah at the messing corner, or what do you call it the mess house or something like that lah. So there was one sorry? Yeah, correct. Okay. So there was one time I forgot what was the event lah. So after 2:00 we supposed to have like a army half marathon, kind of like a practice run or something like that lah. So we had a break between 12 to 2. So some of us go early lunch, some of us go late lunch. So for us, for some of us who went for early lunch, we makan first and then we take a quick nap. So that time there was a guy who actually came back from studies. What do you call those who actually put on hold then go to study then come back? What do you call it?
Defer.
Defer. So a defer sergeant came back lah. I still remember his name is Alfie. So Alfie and me, we grew kind of close. So every time after lunch, right, we will go up to take a nap. So in our bunks, right, there's 4 beds, right? I'm sure for some of y'all the home staff bunks are a 4-bedder lah. So I typically take the one closest to the corridor, and then Alfie will take the one closest to the window, right at the corner. This is in the noon, 12 noon. So I don't know what Chinese call it or what Indians call it, but Malays we call it hempap. So what happens during hempap is when you sleep, right, and then you have this thing that goes on top of you, and it makes you very hard to sort of like breathe, and you have this urge to quickly want to wake up, but you can't. So
something like sitting on you, right?
Yeah, basically sitting on you. So I had that, and then as usual lah, like any other given day, we will recite prayers in our mind and in our hearts to actually break away from this pressure or compression or whatever you call it, the hempap thing. So eventually I woke up and then I shouted lah. So this Alfie, who was taking the nap with me, he went to nap first. When I shouted, then he was just seated like this, and he was just staring at me, like as though he saw a ghost. Literally like this, like he when I woke up, then he just like, instead of looking at me, he was looking at something else. Like he like, I say, Alfie, then Alfie like that. I say, I said, why you so rigid and robotic? I said, no. I was just focusing on something else. He said like that. Then I said, what happened? Then he said, so when he was awakened by his nap, this is what he said. So you just imagine, this is my bunk, right? This is my bunk, right? And then this is blank, then this is blank, and then this is his bunk, right? So he was seated here, and I was here, no? Okay? So when he was seated, and he was facing me, he literally told me that when he sat up, and then he looked towards me, there was this person, black figure, was looking down on me, and when I was sleeping there, he was looking down on me like this.
Oh, fuck!
Oh.
I was like,
You pee your pants.
I was like, fuck no, are you sure for real? So imagine that. I was lying down here. He was literally like looking at my face, you know. Then I said, Fee, are you for real? Then I said, fuck off. Then we quickly exit the bunk. Imagine it was 9 months to my ORD, no. I never ever stay in ever. All the way I got for my off pass.
Which building were you staying at?
BMTC, School 1, right at the top, 5th floor. The building is still there, I assume, because that time when I sent out my brother-in-law, the building was still there. But I'm not sure now it's converted to School 2 or 3 or whatever, but it's there. You know the big-ass parade square?
Yeah.
Where you send off, that big-ass parade square, the main building facing front, that's the building. Right at the top, level 5.
Hey, I stay in that fucking building, you know.
Really,
I got stories, but I don't tell because I want to sleep tonight.
Oh, you really? You from School 1?
I'm not school, I'm from HQ.
You from HQ?
Yeah, I was in medical center.
Oh, hey, medical center, so a lot of stories.
A lot of stories, but never mind, we got by popular demand. Fast, tell your story when you were CD, Civil Defense, right? Stay down training.
Okay. So I was with SCDF. Okay, so I was a medic as well, BC, but following ambulance. So I think it was our final exercise. So morning we went to MTV, do our exercise there. Then after that, past dawn, you know the SCDF building, the CD building now, just right behind Pusaraman there.
Jalan Bahar.
Okay.
Jalan Bahar,
Jalan Bahar, now behind Pusaraman.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So the cemetery there. So past dawn, our final exercise where we need to do is we will be sent to a graveyard inside, and you will be partner with another guy another person. So 2 of us, they scattered us all around the cemetery area. So what we do is we just wait there until someone saves us. That's the medic kind of learning process. I do not know why they do that. I think now they already stopped doing that and doing that anymore. So I was sent to a graveyard with one of my friend. So we were just sitting down. I think it was about 8 plus, and we were only found at about 10 plus. So I was sitting down right in front of a grave. We were just talking. But as mentioned from our platoon officer, saying that we do not mention any of our real names.
Oh.
So we just talk as per normal, but we don't mention names and we don't. You know what I'm saying? So
quite crucial. Yeah.
So we were just talking there. Somehow, me and my friend heard someone or some lady was singing. Quite close to us because it's very clear. Quite close to us, it was very clear. So we just stopped talking and just listen to this lady or something humming. I think an Arabic song. It's soothing, it's soothing. Seriously, it's very soothing. So we stopped talking and we heard that. So we was wondering. We were looking at each other, saying that, what is it? In our hearts, in our mind, say what is that? So, but then we started talking again. We just try to ignore it and just talking, and the humming keeps getting louder. So once there, I think about 10 plus, it disappears. Then one of the or two guys like came with a stretcher and saw us there. So they picked us up. So while we were picking up, so this one is not it's not on me. So we were walking back. So my friend was on a stretcher. So they were carrying him on a stretcher going out from the cemetery. So while he said, when we were outside, he said when he was lying flat, something up on top of the tree while they were passing by all those cemeteries, and there's a trees there. He saw a white cloth following us on top of the tree. That was damn scary, man. I do not know why they do this to us, but yeah, that was our final exercise back then.
Why the fuck they put you all in cemetery?
I do not know. I do
Walao.
not know.
Oh, fuck.
That was our final exercise.
But I tell you one thing, this
Yeah.
guy, his facial expressions bloody priceless.
That's why his name, you see lah, study I'd surprise, man.
Bloody
Scary.
priceless. Scary shit. Oh my god. I mean, army stories, wow, I got so many, but luckily, thankfully, because I quite kiasi, I quite scaredy cat. But today, for the first time, I'm gonna tell this story. It's a legend. It's a legend in the army. Let me do first. Okay, I don't know whether you heard of this before, but let me tell you the origins to this story. Let me tell you a story first, then I'll tell you the origin. Okay. So what they say is there's this story that got this guy, not this guy, they will sometimes go in army camps, especially the old camps. They will in the toilet, then suddenly they'll be peeing lah. Then suddenly the cubicle will have someone asking them, for example, Shah,
okay.
hey Shah, what are you doing? Then you're like peeing lah. Then they'll start having a small conversation lah. See my hair all standing up. They have a small conversation. Then Shah will find out something to not right lah, because when you go into the bathroom no light on. You know, army camps, the light are all automatic. Motion sensor. So then they'll find out that sorry, I need to move. I need to go already. Go. Then the voice from the cubicle, accompany me. Why you want to go? Then the guy will like, normally I need to go lah. I got to go. You know who am I?
Yeah, correct. Is it you want to go because you want to go, or you already know who I am?
You know who I am. Then you want to go. Like, see my hair stand up. Let me tell you, I was from mono intake Singapore Artillery in Amokui camp. Amokui. So that place where I am, 20 SA, before my batch went in, there was like almost no people there. So for like now it's empty again. It's a very, very old camp. So when I was in the army during BMT, it was during SARS. So I contacted some funny disease that no doctor can find what was wrong with me. Basically, they can hear sounds in my lungs, but X-ray and all can't find what's wrong with me. So I was very sick. I was literally quite sick, very weak. So one day, myself, my buddy, the medic, and the sergeant, we went to Tan Tock Seng Hospital for the whole day.
Okay.
So we reached the camp at about, I think 1 a.m. So I was very tired. So I told my buddy, hey, bro, I go take a shower. Then I told him, don't leave me. Don't leave me. He said, no problem. I'll be at the smoking point. So the smoking point is just beside the toilet. So when you come out of the toilet, you turn left. There's a wall. That's where the smoking point is. So, but if you come from the right, you will not be able to see the smoking point. So what happened was this. I was showering. Remember, I was very sick. So I was just sitting on the floor lah. Then the shower just come down. So after a while, there was no movement. So the light went off. Then it was a good, I think, 3-4 minutes. I was just sitting down there because I was so not feeling well, so I was just sitting down there. Lights went off. Suddenly the lights came on. So I thought it was my buddy lah. I thought it was my buddy. Then I heard someone peeing. I heard someone peeing and then whistling lah. Someone peeing and whistling. So I was like,
wait. Hold on. This one is in Amokui lah, huh?
Amokui, yeah. Amokui. So I was like, so I was asking, so I heard someone peeing, then I was like, my chibai voice was, this my voice, bro, this kind of voice, this chibai fuck voice. So I was like, bro, do you mind going to my room to take my shower foam, my soap, to take my soap. So this guy peeing was like, what soap? Soap to shower. I don't know what soap. I don't know where is the soap. I say, you really don't want to help me, is it? So I thought that guy was my buddy, you know. So I asked him, you really don't help me, is it? Then I will come out now and take myself, you know. You don't want to see me now. Well, I was butt naked lah, so I was telling my buddy, don't want to see me now lah. So this guy got fucking freaked out. He ran out of the toilet. He fell down. So my buddy, smoking point, coming back to the toilet lah. Then he saw this guy run away. So he came into the toilet. He said, they call me Big Cock lah. So my name BC, right? Because I talk a lot of cock, so they call me Big Cock. Hey, Big Cock, you okay or not? I say, then I started, you chibai, why I ask you to help me, you don't help me? He said, no, nobody help me. Then I was not there, how I help you? So I'm like, then who is the fella? So the next day I heard a story that someone in the camp saw a ghost talking to him while he's peeing. That ghost is actually me. So for all you people who've been to Amokui camp and heard this story that got people talk to you while they are peeing, back in like maybe 2001, that chiba is me.
Oh my god.
Well done, BC. Well done. It's a good closure.
Now history, you know. People talking about it until now, you know.
So in case you hear this stupid story that someone talking to you, I don't think there's a ghost. That guy is me.
Oh.
Well done.
Okay,
Good job, bro.
Nah.
okay. Guys, before we leave, I think we got a lot of army stories to tell, but let me share one with you in Pulau Tekong, in that building that myself and maybe Shah will staying in the same building. So the building, we can actually see the parade square where people POP and what, right? So the bunks are in trees. So the bunks are in 1, 2, 3, 4 bunks in a story. So, but these people are all perm staff. So they don't really stay together. I mean, they don't stay in. So one day they were playing a fool. Then there's this third bunk that is always locked. Nobody stay on. Locked on. So one day they were playing sepak takraw or what, I don't know. They smashed the window. So the takraw ball went into the window. So they don't know how to take the ball out. So they went to the office to look for the key because they are the RPs. So they know where the keys to every room is. They couldn't find the key. So they worried lah. You break the glass, then at least you need to tell your encik or something that you broke the glass so that they can do something about it. So that night, not that night. They went to the encik. Sorry if I get my story all mixed up. Quite long already. So they went to the encik and asked the encik, sir, encik, the room we broke the window paiseh, but you got the key or we want to take back our ball. So the encik found the key, opened the room in the morning. That was in the evening. So he said morning I can't do it. So morning about 9, 10 a.m., he take the takraw ball. So the guys all went in together. The takraw ball was not there. The takraw ball was not there. So the in-charge was like, don't know what happened lah. Like, where the fuck is takraw ball lah? So they just like, fuck it lah. They also don't think too much into it. They're like, fuck it. So they went on to do their duty and all. So that night, that guy who did the takraw, who kicked the takraw ball in. So you know, RPs they do duty in shifts, what? So he went back to his bunk to sleep. This is what he said. At about 3 a.m., he heard the door open. So the door opened. Then suddenly he heard in Malay lah. I don't know how to say. My Malay not good, but the Malay is basically like, hey bro, here's the takraw ball you're looking for. Then he was like, hey, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. I say lah, where you found it? I found it in my room. Oh, then the guy is like, oh, thank you lah. The guy still sleepy. The RP is sleepy. Hey, thank you, bro. I thought I lost it. Say no problem. In next time, when you kick, be careful. Don't anyhow kick. Now I need to fix my window.
Hey, holy, whoa.
Then this guy didn't think anything about it lah. So when his roommates came back, they were like, hey, wake up. I forgot his name. Let's call him Bang. Hey, Bang, wake up. Your duty soon. Then he's like, hey, I found my takraw ball. Then he say, how you found a takraw ball? They on the light lah. Then he say, where's your takraw ball? There was a paper ball.
What?
Where the takraw? He took the takraw ball and put at the somewhere lah. Put at the side of the table, side of the bed or something on the floor. But where the takraw ball was supposed to be was a paper ball. Then they go and dig, found out that particular bunk was abandoned because a person inside there commit suicide before.
Oh.
You see, clarify the bunk, the building is the one facing the main parade square, or is it the one behind where the empty line is?
No, not the empty line. Facing the, you know where the people POP?
Yeah. Oh, so confirm that building
The building. I stay in that building, but where the thing happened, right? I stay one level up.
Oh, so it's HQ level lah, I think. What you're talking about, is it?
Yeah. Fucking shit, right?
Shit.
Okay.
Ghost stories aside, I think all these things we need to respect. We need to respect these kind of things, and then of course, you need to be careful lah. Like since there's this thing that you need to wash your leg and all, we need to do it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, this all the time we have. I think it's been a long night. So I think we will stop here before people complain and message me say they cannot sleep. So anyway, thank you so much, Adnan, aka Starry Eye Surprise. He is the man of the match today. You look at his expressions. He's like, thank you so much. I know you rush home just to make it. Thank you so much. And of course, for the first time on BC's Dear Diary, today's Spooky Diary, we have Faz. So with that, guys, remember to like, comment, and share, and of course subscribe to the channel. And then once again, thank you so much. That's all from me. And yeah, come on, you Spurs. Okay, guys. Good night. Have a good weekend and take care. Bye bye.
Wash your legs.
Wash your legs. Wash your eyes.